My grandma always told me, she said, you better marry a girl that's sweet above all else. So Kristina's the sweetest girl I've ever known.
Alex is amazing. He's really sweet and he's super nerdy, and I love that.
She may be quiet and she may be sweet, but she knows what she wants, which is very attractive.
He gets along really well with my family, and my family's super crude, and I'm glad that he can just handle that.
She's beautiful.
He's really handsome, and I just love everything about him.
Gentle, kind, sweet, intelligent. It's like surprisingly funny. Pretty much everything you could ask for in a girl, you know? The total package, you know? The total package.
I met Alex on Tinder, the infamous Tinder.
I'm a huge closet nerd, like big time. So she had all this Star Wars, Lord of the Rings stuff written out. I love Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and magic, and I was just like, what? This girl's yanking my chain or whatever, but I was like, I'll try it. So I remember swiping.
I didn't really know what he looked like because his profile picture was like his back. So I didn't really know what I was getting into.
When we did match, my pickup line I used, if you were a Transformer, you'd be called Optimus Fine.
Our first date was November 19th, I believe.
I'll just go to dinner, and then if, you know, we'll just let things kind of evolve.
We went to Twig's Bistro in Farmington Station.
I just remember walking, and we were like, hey, we'll meet by the fountain, and it's kind of dark, and so walk up and do the awkward, Kristina, you know, like, she's like, Alex? Yeah.
We just had dinner.
She got pizza and I got steak.
I just felt a lot more attraction to him than I did via text.
I was blown away, you know, so I was just like, oh man, okay, time to impress this girl somehow. What am I gonna do? I don't know.
I can't remember a specific moment where like it really hit me that like, oh my gosh, I love this guy. It was definitely very gradual.
She might kill me for saying this. It was like our third date or fourth date, and she was just like, I'm in this to get married, like I am. And I was like, dang, I was like, all right, like this girl's serious. Like she, you know, it was like our third date, but things had been great so far, you know, and she just let me know, she's like, I'm serious about this, you know. She's like, I'm serious about us, I'm serious about you. And I think that's when it clicked in my head, how much, you know, she cared about me.
There were many small moments where I was just like, this guy's really cool. I think that I might really, really like him. So yeah, it was very gradual, but quick at the same time.
I was like, I think this is the one, you know, unless something catastrophic happens. And nothing did. I was at a job interview in Salt Lake, and she was working in Murray. So we grabbed lunch, and we're eating lunch. She's flipping through her phone, you know, and she says, I really like this ring. She shows me. It's an engagement ring. And I was like, oh, and like we'd talked about it before, but she was kind of like, this is it, you know, I like this ring. And I was like, okay, you know, well, let's move forward with this.
I knew that he had the ring. I just didn't know when he was going to give it to me.
What's a good time to do it? You know, I don't want to make it obvious and be like, we're gonna go on this big fancy date and like do all this stuff. I wanted to completely like sidebind her with it.
My parents took us out to the salt flats to take pictures of us, like save the date pictures, because my dad's a photographer.
So I was like, hey, I want to propose to her, like in the middle of the photo shoot, you know, we'll be dressed up.
I had no idea. I didn't know that he was going to propose to me then.
I'm nervous. I have it in my pocket. She has no idea. And I was 98% sure she'd say yes. So
my stepmom gave me a page of like poses that we should try out. She's like, oh, look at this one. And that's what turned my attention away from him. So I was looking at the page.
I'm like, this is the perfect time. So I take it out of this little tiny pocket I have, just the ring. I didn't have it in a box or anything. I was scared I was gonna drop it.
I could see in the corner of my eye him getting down on one knee. And I was like, oh, it's just for the pictures. It's just for the photo shoot.
Her dad sees this happening and Jen kind of sees this happening.
And then I see him pull something out of his pocket. I'm like, this is not just for the photo shoot.
Kristina turns around and sees it happening. And her dad's trying to get into position.
He said a whole bunch of sweet things.
I just tell her, hey, I'm in love with you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. And she just starts freaking out. And
in the moment, I'm just so happy and so flustered that I can barely remember what he said. All I remember is that I loved it and I thought it was amazing.
Her dad's just snapping pictures like a madman, and it was, perfect.
I loved that moment.
So please don't toe the line. I think it's time to get a move on, sing a new song. I will be singing your praises one of these days, but not today.
Alex, my love, I am so excited to marry you. I am so excited to spend the rest of my life with you because you are just amazing and you're my best friend, and I love that I can just tell you anything, and I'm glad that I can spend every waking moment of my life with you, and I just love you.
Kristina, I love you. You're amazing, the love of my life, sweet as can be. You're so special to me. I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you and forever with you. I look forward to spending every day with you, going to bed next to you, waking up next to you, making dinner for you, doing everything I possibly can for you, and just sharing our life together. I love you, and I can't wait to get married to you.